Ciao. How is everybody doing? Oh my gosh. Can you guys believe that it's been 8 months or something since I made a video? Time, I swear, like time is just not what. It just is not what I thought it was at all. And so I want to do love the tummy, COVID 20. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We're gonna get it all back together. Anyways, I'm gonna do a reading because I have not done a union check-in or any kind of reading really like since. I mean, I do my own personal ones, but I haven't done one for the collective. And I am kind of curious to see how everybody or what energy will come through for the collective, because I know what I've been going through. This Hieros Gamos, this inner union with yourself is just, oh my God, it's so transformative. Like, I don't even know, like this death card is like haunting me, but this Deathman and Hangman, they keep haunting me, but I think there's a reason, right? Like there's always gonna be like a method to this madness. So I'm going to do a little reading for us, and I'm just gonna kind of check in and get some ideas. So they already flipped out. I was gonna ask what's going on with the masculine energy, and we'll start with masculine and feminine, and then we'll do the union between the two. So I'm gonna put those back because my mind wasn't even discipline and judgment. My mind was not being disciplined, for that. And so, gosh, it's so weird, like looking at myself. Woo! Usually I have the camera pointing down, right? So anyway, I got a ton of shit everywhere, like always. Okay, masculine, what's up? Courage. I find inner strength to face fear with confidence. So the masculine energy is really feeling confident right now, which makes sense because summer is here, and it's like this energy of like action and making things happen, and like pandemic is over and things are opening up again. I feel like courage, I'm hearing speaking some kind of truth. It says, I find inner strength to face fear with confidence. So, a lot of times that inner strength is just honoring the inner truth, right? Because it's like, how many times I wonder when we subdue our masculine energy because of fear. So maybe we don't speak up, you don't take that initiative. You kind of just are like, okay, like I'll go along with it. You don't speak forward, you don't represent for yourself, you don't have that courage in a sense to honor your inner truth. So I feel like for the masculine energy that we are in or encompassing right now, we're feeling very confident with just being straight up with our inner strength, not having fear about how another person might judge, because that judgment card did come up, so yeah, masculine energy is feeling courageous, which is good because I have also in my own world, like, now that they've removed these mandates, I feel like more powerful, or like I don't mind going and like socializing and being around people that were just like doing what they felt necessary. I didn't have fear about it in the same sense, but I respected the way that the construct of society, shut things down. Like, what else could I do? What else can you do, But there's courage now to face that inner fear and to speak one's truth. The authenticity, confident in yourself, to face your fears confidently. The masculine energy. Feminine energy, this should be good. something is just came over me that was like, feminine has something powerful to say. Oh my gosh, it was judgment again. Wow. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. That is too funny. So I feel like for the feminine energy, you know, like feminine energy is that receptive energy. It's the magnetic, the pull, I don't want to say like submissive or subservient, but it's kind of just encompassing. It's nurturing. So with this judgment, I feel like for the feminine energy, it's like this receptive, like this understanding, this receiving of unique path and challenges, and understanding that other people outside of them, like we kind of have to let go. You have to let go and let flow. And that is a feminine energy when you let flow. You know, masculine wants to grasp it and control it. Feminine releases it and lets it flow. And these judgments that, you know, are kind of prone. I mean, not just for women, like men have huge judgments too, but like women, we're kind of nitpicky, right? Like we can think of 5 things. Men are one track minded. Women, we're doing 5 things at once. Men are like one thing at a time. We're doing this. The feminine energy is very easily able to identify, I think, minor details. Like we have to just be very intuitive and on point. And in this like kind of intuitive nature, like there's those thoughts that get judgy, right? Like you're like, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if I like those pants. I don't know if what he said was appropriate. I don't know if, you know, there's these judgments, right? Like, am I doing it the right way? Am I actually fulfilling potential? Just all these things. So the feminine energy is saying to themselves now is that I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay, so that seems really important because the masculine is taking on this courageous role, which is like action oriented, which would make sense because it's masculine, having the courage to take action. And then for feminine, it is having this realization that as you release judgment, you know, and you allow or you understand that other people have other paths. That's a flowing, that's allowing things to just come and go. So that's feminine energy. And then let's do one more for union. Oh my God, it is not. I've seen this card so many times, I knew it was. It's love. The focus for feminine and masculine unity for the Hieros Gamos. Basically, when we come together, when we balance our masculine and balance our feminine, and we put those two together and they're dancing, you know, harmoniously, because it's just a dance. I mean, sometimes it's gonna flow this way and you have to balance, and it goes that way and you have to balance, and the Zen is in the middle. Hopefully, like you're able to unify with love. And that's like a huge concept, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Seeing the good in all things. Isn't that hard? Because it's like, what are we doing here sometimes? All the different fragments of people and experiences and things that we kind of, the way that life unfolds, like these journeys, like everyone's path and their challenges, and, you know, like whether you had the courage to do something or not, you know, going into the center, pulling that into the center of love and into your heart. And you know what? This is just reminding me, it's something that, you know, it's important for me to ask as I socialize again and get to know these new connections and like build soul tribe, basically, right? Is like, what makes you smile when you're tired? What makes you smile when you're tired? What do you love? When you're tired and you love something, though, it puts a smile on your face regardless. So again, because of the courage of the judgment for the masculine and feminine, when you're having the courage to face these judgments, to overcome them, to balance it, to harmonize with yourself and be like, you know what? I really don't like that my mind is overdoing this. I'm going to balance it with love and understanding, you know, and trying to see the good. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to struggle or to have pain in our hearts. We do have suffering, you know, in this world that is just, what would I say? It is a, what is it? It's kind of not situational. It's in the eye of the beholder. Suffering is dependent kind of upon that person's mentality. Like, it's a choice, I guess is what I was trying to say. Like, suffering is a choice, but so is love. And I'm also reminded of another quote that in my head, it says, love and fear both cost a lot, but only one pays you back. Something like that. Basically, fear doesn't have any payout. It doesn't have a payout. Love has generating effects. It can uplift you. It can power you. Actually, in my own personal opinion, I think it can bring us back from the dead. Like, I've heard stories, or I've watched videos of like near-death experiences, and they're like, my children, or like, you know, my husband or something, or my mom or my cat, they came back. They basically brought themselves back from near death. And, you know, I'm sure they, at the end of the day, they were like, wow, that whole situation, they could see the good in it, because love is what we remember to come back to, right? It's always going to be love. It's always that vibration of, well, when I'm tired, what makes me smile? You know? What, oh my God, you guys, I'm so not used to this body. But I'm gonna get used to it. And of course we're gonna modify, because we have like things opening up again, and I don't have to stay 100 something plus. You know, to be honest, like, I really don't care like about weight all like that. I'm not like a huge, or at least I wasn't. Okay, let's just get back into it though. Like, let's not distract. Masculine, about this courage. What is it that the masculine, what is some advice for the masculine? Page of Cups. Take courage with how you feel, with expressing how you feel. Like, the Page of Cups is kind of like curious and like puppy love a little bit. So, you know, it's kind of innocent. It's approaching situations, or maybe even approaching the judgments or whatever, from a place of curiosity and innocence, and having a lot of like, in my mind I just heard rose tinted glasses, like that love, you know, of like seeing the good in all things. It's like an innocent sort of like approach. So if you're having this, if you're needing to assess, or I'm sorry, to access this courage, when you need to pull that courage out, you can do it from a place of kind of from the Page of Cups, which is kind of like, I'm gonna give it what I got, because I'm inspired and I'm curious and I'm interested of honoring like my emotions and this love, you know. I think the courage is going to be to drop the judgment and turn to love, and we do that by being innocent about it. The page is like not a baby, it's not like puppy love, a baby, but it's not the king, it's not the King of Cups, it's not fully developed yet. It's still, I remember one reader, she was like, look at this little itty bitty fish that they're offering. It's not a big offer, it's just still kind of like, you know, let's see about it, let's have passion for it. Even she's looking at it kind of like, I like you, I don't know, right? So for the masculine energy, just approach your courage from a place of innocent curiosity, but love, you know. Page of Cups. Cups is emotions, cups is love, or those kind of feelings that we have. Okay, feminine, for your judgment, what's the best way for feminine to honor the judgment? Okay, this one fell out. 8 of Pentacles. So keep at it. It's hard work. This inner journey, it's not something that is done overnight. in a year, I think maybe it takes a lot of lifetimes to do this work, to stay focused, to work on the mastery of skills, to hone these skills, to stay diligent. Diligent? Is that diligence? To stay diligent. I guess I did say that right. Sorry, it sounded funny. To stay diligent and work on the self-mastery, the judgments that we have on ourselves of, why did I take that path? Why didn't I meet that challenge? Or how did I fail that challenge? Like, you're working, right? Path and challenge means that you're still keeping, not necessarily nose to the grind, but that you're working on it still. It's still a work in progress. So don't get overworked by the judgments, because you're working on those. And the Pentacles is great because it's like at the end, the 8, the 9, the 10 Pentacles is your full house and home. And even after 8 is 9, which is like independence, feeling like all your own efforts have really made it. So feminines are really doing this self-mastery work around judgment, around judging themselves and even judging others that may be doing other things. Like, I mean, just not living the way that the feminine is doing. Let it go. You know what I mean? It's like people have their own unique path and challenges. They're doing their self-mastery too. So we don't have to judge anybody. We're all still working. We're all works. We're all just works in progress to get back to what we know. To get back to who we are, essentially, how we got here, all that fun stuff, all that spiritual stuff that I'm into, you know. It's like, why are we here? Why is this happening? Why? Love. Love, 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 love. God loves itself so much that, you know, we spread out, we fragmented, and parts of us fell, and so we have suffering, but it's still the overall is still love. Like, we came from love. So even if it got distorted, you know, down here on the level, like, we're still made up here. We're made of this, and then it kind of trickles down, right, into the earth plane and the physical plane, but we are love. So for union energy to help us center that love within our heart, from the heart, and it expands. You send it out. It's like that Taurus field, right? Like, you're maintaining your vibration. I know for me, I've been having to, oh wow, that's crazy. Before I read this card, I've been having to reaffirm to myself about vitality codes, reaffirming that my field, my information field, that I resonate, my magnetic, electromagnetic field, right, is vitality. It's well-being. That's only what is, right? Be clear. And sometimes, like, energy gets stuck, so you have to clear your energy. Stuff gets stuck in the aura, stuff gets stuck in our mind, in our energy. You just have to, like, keep breathing from the heart center, and you send it out. That vitality, well-being, that is our essence. Like, that is our information field. Like, I breathe in vitality codes, right? But it's so interesting because to balance this male and female courage, to assess our judgments, to come to a place of love, is gonna take, 3 of Swords, this heartbreak, facing your heartbreak, facing those times in your mind that's trapping you for things. It could be like a loss of job, loss of relationship, who knows, like what, loss of gain or something, you know, like oh my god, like the financial market right now, I'm like, why? Just stop playing. Like, it hurts a little bit, but then you just have to breathe. And in your mind, because this is a Swords card, so a lot of it is going to be just looking at those. It's going to be the courage to look at the judgments. Judgments come from your mind. It's what's in your head about these heartbreaks that's holding you, that will lead you to love. If you assess the heartbreak and you have the courage not to judge those paths and challenges that maybe you went down, you can then, you know, keep mastering your love, and you will bring an innocent sort of like renewed, refreshed kind of point of view to the work that we're doing here. We're all doing this work. We're all doing this work. Sometimes people can phase out of it and they get caught up in the material world, but guess what? They're still harmonizing and balancing to bring love into this matrix, into this realm, this dimension that we're in. You know. Okay, one more. I'm gonna do one of the dragon cards. What kind of energy? I'm gonna tap into the heartbreak for love, which is just, I'm sorry, but I just love this. You get through this heartbreak by balancing it with love, and you get to love by having the courage to gently assess and work on your judgments, okay? So what is the overall energy though for union, for union energy? Just a little bit of advice for that heartbreak card. Yeah, we can have courage to face our judgments, which actually that's pretty much what causes the heartbreak, is that you're judging yourself. And you need to remember that. Find the good in that people take their own paths. People take their own challenges and they have to go their way, just like you, just like me. People have to do what they have to do to balance and to find love from that heart center. Air and fire dragon expands your creative energies. Harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. You know what? This kind of just reminds me too of the courage. You know, air and fire mixed together. That's very creative and exciting and full of enthusiasm. So to alter the way that the heartbreak ultimately leads us to love is through creative and enthusiastic sort of communication of passion. So honoring the truth. I remember I said that a little bit earlier about having the courage to genuinely communicate with yourself, you know, about the creative passions. And that even has to do with what you feel excited about, what you were willing to work on and to put your time into, what you have the courage, what will you have the courage, you know, to balance and bring into love. The courage to take these ideas or situations or things that, it's just the mind. It's an air and fire thing. But with your mind, you can overcome. You can overcome the judgments. Use your courage. This is where we start balancing our masculine and feminine, because we are both. Some people watch these videos for another person and some people watch for themselves. Me, I do it for myself because I'm like, well, what's going on with like my action-oriented, like characteristic, like what can I help promote these ideas, or like what is it? And I have been feeling actually more courageous and a little less judgy, which is interesting and funny. And of course, like I said, it's summertime now, so it's like this spark and this creative and this enthusiasm, you know, with this Page of Pentacles also, Page of Cups and 8 of Pentacles, then we see this kind of like brand new interest in working towards something that really sort of creates this passion, creative passion within us. And it takes courage. It takes courage and love to let go of those judgments of like the heartbreak in the past, disappointments and things like that. It's okay. Like we all have a path, different paths and challenges. So if you found yourself watching this video, we crossed paths a little bit, didn't we? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna try to do more, but I like authentic energy and I like to be coming from a place of purity and wholeness. And so just, I'm not doing readings if I'm like in some funk or like frustrated with things, you know what I mean? Like I kind of have to be in this mentality where It's love. And when we have the courage to let our judgments be free, to have the courage to work on our heartbreak and the things that have let us down or disappointed us, like, and it takes self-mastery and it takes dedication to do those. So be innocent about it, and always from the heart center affirm that I am vitality, I am life, I'm living light, I am source, codes in the flesh. All right. Mwah.